Hello everyone, welcome to SAT Maths. This is chapter 5, word problems. In this chapter we are going to discuss the different categories of the word problem. The first one is like the linear models. So let's start with this. So what is the basic method of solving any word problem if you want to solve? First of all, we have to identify what number the problem is asking. So if whatever it is asking, we will assume that as the variable. Right, for whatever is the unknown number, we will represent that by a variable. You can generally use x or y, or abc you can also use. Then we will be writing the equation that shows the relationship. Whatever relationship is there, we will be writing the equation. We will solve the equations just like solving equation we have learned in the previous chapter, and then we will answer the original question and check that your answer makes sense. What does that mean? Sometimes suppose it is asking us to find the length of a triangle, and on solving a particular equation we are getting x equal to -2, and in that word problem that x represents the length. So now according to the situation of the question, since x represents the length, so it cannot be negative. So we'll say since x is showing a negative answer, so it is not a valid point. So that is the meaning. We have to check always whether our answer is making sense or not. So first we are going to discuss about the linear models. So let's start with the questions. Here, the first question says, a person travels home from work at a constant speed. 10 minutes after leaving work, he is 20 miles from home, and 20 minutes after leaving work, he is 12 miles from home. If he continues to travel at the same speed, how long will it take for him to arrive home from work? So basically, it is saying the person is going at a constant speed. After 10 minutes, so let's say we are saying after 10 minutes, the distance from the home is 20, and after 20 minutes the distance from the home is 12. We want to find how long will it take him to arrive home from work if he travels at the same speed. So basically it is asking when the distance will go to 0, how much time it will, because this is the distance which is left from the home. Like he is 20 miles away from home, then he is 12 miles away from home, so he will be at the home when the d is equal to 0. So at that point of time, what is the value of t that it is asking? So it is a linear model over here because it is going at a constant speed. Since it is going at a constant speed over here, so we can create the equation. So first we can find the slope. Slope is what? y2 minus y1. So y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So that's going to be negative 8 over 10 or negative 4 over 5. Then using the point slope form, we can write the equation. This is the distance d over here. So d minus d1 is equal to slope times t minus t1. This is the relationship between d and t. Now we want to find that when he will reach home, the distance will be 0. At home, you can say the d will be equal to 0. So just put d as 0. So 0 minus 20 is equal to minus 4 by 5 t minus 10. Although in the exam you don't have to solve these equations directly in the Desmos, you can put this equation and you can substitute the values, you will get the answer. But here I am solving manually so that you should know also how to solve the equation. In the end of the series, I will also show you how you can use Desmos in solving the equations. So when you will solve this thing, 4 will cancel this 25 times and 5 will get multiplied. So it will be 25 is equal to t minus 10. Or we can say t is equal to 35 minutes. So after 35 minutes, he will be at the home. Look at this next question. It says, in 2005, a house was purchased for $280,000, and in 2013, it was sold at $334,000. Assuming that the value of the house increased at a constant annual rate. Constant annual rate means it is again a linear model. What will be the price of the house in year 2018? So in this case, you can say that 2005 you can assume, let's say it is t is equal to 0. The value of house is 280,000, and 2013, if 2005 is t equal to 0, so it is after 8 years. So in 8 years the value is 334,000. Now we want to find in 2018. In 2018 means just after the 5 years, it means in t what is the value of the house. So again it's a linear model, so you can first find the slope. The slope we can find is y2 minus y1. So it is 334,000 minus 280,000 divided by x2 minus x1. So 8 minus 0. So here we can use the basic calculator. You can also use the Desmos over here. I will show you how you can use the Desmos also, but right now I am using calculator for this. 334 minus 0, 280, and this is divided by 8. So you will be getting this as 6750. So it means it is increasing at the rate of $6750 per year. Now we want the equation. We can write equation. We can say, therefore we can write the equation as y minus y1 is equal to slope times t minus t1. t1 is 0 over here. It is asking when the t is 13, what will be the answer? So at t is equal to 13, you can put the 13 over here. So y will be equal to 6750 times 13 plus 280,000. So it is times 13 plus 280. So 6750 times 13 plus 280,000. So this will come out to be 367 and 750. So which is option C is the correct answer for this. Okay. So using calculator, this calculation becomes really easy. Let's see the next question. Here it is not based on the calculator, directly expression you have to give. It says to join East Lake Country Club, one must pay D dollars for a one-time membership fee and pay W dollars for a monthly fee. If the first month is free for the club, what is the total amount Y X month after a person joined the club in terms of DW and X? So it means total amount Y we have to find for X month after person joined the club. So let's say this is the entire X month duration. Now in this X month, it is written if the first month is free. So in this 1 month, we don't have to pay anything. So it means the cost he has to pay only for the remaining X minus 1 month. And it is also written one must pay D dollars for a one-time membership, means the fixed cost. So we can say over here, the total cost will always be equal to fixed cost plus variable cost. Now fixed cost means the D dollars for one-time membership, and variable means it is written W dollars for a monthly fee. Now for how many months he has to pay the fee? Only for X minus 1 month, and multiply by W. Like W is the dollar for a monthly fee, W dollar multiply by number of months. So this is the total cost Y. So if you look at it, W times X minus 1 plus D, option B is the correct answer. Look at this question. It says at the beginning of a trip, the tank of Chloe's car was filled with 12 gallons of gas. When she travels constantly on the highway at 60 miles per hour, the car consumes 1 gallon of gas per 35 miles. In every 35 miles, 1 gallon of gas is consumed. If she traveled for 5 hours 15 minutes on the highway with a constant speed of this, how much gallon of gas are left in the tank? So in this question, only the statement is lengthy. Question is really easy. Basically, we have to find how much gallon of gas is left. It means we have to find how much is used. And this is written 1 gallon is used for 35 miles. So for every 35 miles. So first we'll find the distance. Here, what is the speed? Speed given to us is 60 miles per hour. What is the time given to us? 5 hour 15 minutes. 15 minutes can also be converted into hour as 1/4 of hour, so it is 21 by 4 of hour, right? Adding both of them. Now first we can find the distance, how much distance it has traveled. Distance is given by speed times time. So 60 multiplied by 21 by 4. So 60 multiplied by 21 by 4, again you can use the calculator. 60 times 21 divided by 4, that is 315 miles. Now it is written for every 35 miles it is consuming 1 gallon of gas. So gallons consumed, so total distance divided by 1 gallon of gas consumed in 35 miles. So for every 35 miles it is consuming 1 gallon. So if you divided this by 35, you will be getting 9 gallons. So 9 gallons it is consuming in total. So it is asking how much gallon of gas are left in the tank. So gallons left will be equal to, initially there was 12 gallon, minus 9 gallons, so 12 minus 9 is 3 gallons of gas is left. So which is the option number A is the correct answer. Let's see the another one. This question says an empty 1200 gallon tank is filled with water at a rate of 6 gallons of water per minute. At the same time, another 1200 gallon tank full of water is being drained at the rate of 9 gallons per minute. How many minutes will it take for the amount of water in both the tank to become the same? So there are two tanks. This tank is empty, in which we are putting the water at 6 gallons per minute. The capacity is 1200 gallon, and there is another tank over here which is filled with the water, and it is being drained at the rate of 9 gallons per minute. Right, now we want to find after how many minutes will it take for the amount of water in both the tank to be same. So we can say let after x minute, it happens after x minute. So in the x minute amount, in let's say the name of tank is tank A and the tank B. So we can say in the A, how much water will be stored after x minute. So water in the tank A after x minute means 6 gallons every minute it is entering. So after x minute it will be 6 times of x, 6x gallon is left. In the tank B, since it is getting drained, so in x minute 9x gallon of water will be out. So what is remaining water? So remaining water over here will be, initially there was 1200 and we have to subtract 9x from here. What is this 9x? 9x is the amount of water which is getting drained after x minute. So this amount of water is equal. So according to the question we can say this 6x and these two are equal. So taking this 9x on the left hand side, so 9 plus 6 is 15x is equal to 1200. So directly we can do 15 times 8, so 80. Therefore after 80 minutes this will happen, that the amount of water in both the tank will be equal. I hope you have understood this also. So these were the questions based on the related rates. So if you have any doubt in any question apart from these also, you can connect with me on the WhatsApp or on this mail. Thank you for watching this.